Good afternoon, seventh graders. Even that I'm not here today, we're gonna move on with our statistics and probability content. So I know this is not gonna be easy and this is probably not gonna be the best video, but we're gonna try our best. Yesterday, when you guys were at the track meet, the rest of the class did a small assignment, so make sure you still grab that. And then today we're gonna move on with notes about what probability is, and then you get to practice a whole lot without me. Don't freak out if you don't understand it, just try your best, and then we talk about it on Monday when I'm back. So let's start with what probability really is. Probability is a measure of the likelihood, and I know this video is not great, but we'll make it work, is a measure of the likelihood that a specific event, and we learned on Wednesday what an event is, will occur. Probabilities have values between 0 and 1. An event that is impossible to happen has a probability of 0, while an event that is very certain to occur, like I am very certain that you're all taking those notes right now, has a probability of 1. To find probability, we have to use a formula. And that formula is that when all outcomes are equally likely, the probability of an event is the ratio of the number of the favorable outcome to the total number of outcomes. And to calculate that, I have to say my probability of an event is the number of favorable outcomes to the number of total outcomes. And it's easier to understand it once we actually do an example. So, for example, we have a spinner here, and it's spun once. And I want to know my probability of getting an odd number. So my favorable outcomes are all odd numbers. And how many of those do I have? I have 1, 3, 5, 7, and 9. So there are 5 possible numbers. But how many total outcomes could there be? There could be 10, because I have 10 possible numbers or sections the spinner could land on. So my probability of getting an odd number is 5 to 10. We're surely not leaving it as such. We have to simplify. That is 1 over 2. Or if you want to write it as a decimal, 0.5. Or in percent, 50%. Let's look at our next example. What's my probability that I get a multiple of 4? Well, how many multiple of 4s are on this spinner? I have 4 and 8. Those are my only multiple of 4s. So I have only 2 favorable outcomes, but I still have the possibility to land on 10 different sections. So if I simplify that, 2 over 10 simplifies to 1 over 5. That is in a decimal a 0.2. If you don't know how to get from here to here, remember you have to divide 1 by 5. And 0.2 is 20%. So I have a 20% chance that my spinner lands on a multiple of 4. Prime numbers, we discussed that. Yes, on Wednesday, how many prime numbers do I have here? Don't forget, 1 is not really considered a prime number. So my prime numbers here are 2, 3, 5, and 7. So I have 4 prime numbers. Again, I have 10 possible sections this thing could land on. 4 over 10 simplifies to 2 to 5. If I turn this into a decimal, you should get 0.4. What is a 40% probability that I will land with my spinner on a prime number? Last but not least, I want to have either an even number or greater than 5. So even numbers are 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, and those are 5. And if I then also want them to be greater than 5, numbers that can be in there, then I can also throw in the 7 and the 9, so that gives me 2 more. So I have 7 possibilities that would complete my outcome that I want. There are 10 sections it can land on, so I have a 7 to 10. I cannot simplify that fraction any further. So this is a 0.7 in terms of decimals, which is a 70%. This is all that is. I want you to try number 2 on your own. Ready, set, go. When you're done, check your answers. Make sure this is what you got for number 2. For the rest of the hour, and you should have plenty of time left, I want you to try the back side of this page, and then there will be another worksheet waiting for you once you have this done. Miss Tilly and Miss Homan will both have the answer sheet to this, so check your answer, make sure you get it done, and then I'll see you on Monday. Bye.